Welcome to the Backlog Chronicles.
We are a podcast that challenges fanboy beliefs
and takes a pragmatic approach to all things gaming.
We strive to create a community for self-thinking fellow gamers.
A community where logical conversation can take place.
and a drive to further one's knowledge of gaming can be sparked.
Take a seat.
Show's about to begin.
Hello. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Oh,
Hi. I know we're fashionably late.
Sorry,
I really
guys.
like to
I was whitening my teeth.
Yeah, he was. He was.
Like
If
my
we're ever
crisp.
late, you can always blame him. It's
always
always
me.
it's always the pretty heavily metrosexual person, right? You know, like just whitening his teeth, brushing his hair, skincare, all that stuff.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
except for
Yeah,
him,
they're
it
either a
comes-
superhero or...
yeah, except for him, it comes natural. So that's the state of affairs. What's up, everybody? Thanks for being with us. Everybody in the chat, appreciate you all. This is November 7th, 2021, TBC 72. 72, yes. I'm
72.
Mo. 7, yes. Well, I don't think I'm ever going to get that wrong, ever. I hope. I am Mo, Dr. Mo Mokalma. I'm here with my sons. My fucking sons. What's up, boys?
yo.
And we're back on our Sunday time. I know we did a show this past Monday. It was like a little bit weird, but it was actually worked out pretty well. The Sunday is where the heart is. So here we are. Got some cool topics to talk about this week, including a particular racing game and a shooter that seems like nobody really cares for. So we'll get to that soon. I'm just kidding, by the way. If you like Call of Duty. I wasn't going to even say Call of Duty, but if you like Call of Duty, nobody's judging. Let me start first with my son, my salt and pepper son, Kevin. What's up,
Yo.
baby?
Nothing. just nothing at all.
that's it, huh?
I did not back into somebody else's car this weekend.
No, you.
No, not me. No, I didn't have to file a claim or nothing. So we good. Yeah. So I played Forza, and apparently I thought I could drive like that in reality, and and I hit this car going probably about like 10 miles an hour backwards. It was a good crunch. It was
Not
good.
too bad.
Yeah. Just don't bother reversing. It's dangerous, people. No. Other than that, just chilling. Everybody was safe. There's no whiplash. There were no injuries. I did scare the two girls in the car, and then the kicker is I was bringing my daughter and her friend to this birthday party, and I went to go pick them up, and the friend didn't drive with me back home. She drove with somebody else. So
She was like, I'm good.
so that's how you get rid of taking other people's kids to to birthday parties.
Smart.
You just get into a wreck and it's cool.
Yeah, I
It's a
act
good
like
thing.
you fall asleep.
Yeah, it's all good. Really.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's it though, man. I'm glad to be here with you guys. A little stress relief after this weekend.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is, man. Yeah, it is stress relief, especially after what I told you earlier. Yeah, took my kids to a birthday party, and I'm gonna tell everybody too, because whenever I take out my kids, whenever we go out, whether we're going out to, a restaurant to eat or a birthday party or whatever it is, my anxiety just flares the fuck up. Or like it does here and there. It's not bad. It's not like anything, but still, you're always like, I'm the type that's just like, oh my God, if the kid trips, or whatever, like, I mean, I'm always like looking out. Sure. So we're just driving back, and I tell my wife, I go to her, I'm like, I need to smoke weed. I was like, and I'm not, unfortunately, but I'm just saying, I'm like, whenever I go out with these kids, I'm like, I need something to calm my ass down because this is ridiculous. So this is coming at the perfect time right now. Yes, it is. Let me see. I was gonna highlight something over here from Matty Burns. He was saying something about early access right here.
November
Thursday is
12th,
the day I've been waiting for. Battlefield 2042 early access. You know what, Matt? God bless you, bro. You're
I'm
like
excited for it, man.
you and Hassan Abu Zayd. You guys are like the two people I know that have been so optimistic and positive, and I know you guys love the series, you know, and I'm really happy for you. I really fucking hope the game ends up being exactly what you want it to be. Honestly, man, because I know it hasn't been, you know, highlighted, you know, very well. So,
I don't know. I'm with Matt on this, man. Like, I'm literally moments away from getting the early release.
Yeah, you
early
probably
access.
will. You probably
Yeah,
will.
man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I had a blast with the beta. I had a blast with the beta. So, like, I'm ready to go. Like, Battlefield 2042 is, like, literally one of my highlights of this month. And, like, up till Elden Ring, at least, you know? Like, it's going to replace Warzone for me, for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, there's also a rumor that something might happen on Xbox's 20th anniversary on the 15th. I'm just gonna leave it there.
What does that mean, Mo? I'm curious. I have no idea.
Xbox's 20th anniversary. There's a rumor that something might happen on the same day. Put two and two together. What is coming out next month, Michael?
What, in December?
What the fuck have we been looking forward to? What have I, Pillow, guy behind me, what have I
Wait, I
been
just
looking
don't. How does the 20th anniversary match up? I'm confused, though.
something early. Yeah. Yeah.
What is this
buy the
rumor?
soap?
I'll tell you off camera, man. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
okay. I'm so curious. I'm like, this is good. I have no idea about this.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, that's just, you know, what is being said. And no, guys, I do not have an insider. I do not pretend to have an insider, and I do not fucking know shit. I don't have phone logs with Phil Spencer. I don't know Jim Ryan. I don't have any insiders at all. This is just me, friends. Lucky enough to have them. Let me jump over to look at him, bro. He's got to do the side fucking look, right? Oh my god, man! Look, the chat just lit up on fire for you, bro. You know,
Hey.
my fucking son. What's up, baby? How you doing?
Good, man. Happy to be chilling here with you guys. I had kind of a low-key weekend myself. I did some virtual conferences for my CME stuff, and it was like my first time being in like a classroom setting since grad school. So it was kind of weird, and especially doing it remote. So, you know, half paying attention, half not, half maybe playing games. Can't either confirm or deny. But yeah, we're here now. We're chilling. The boys, the gang's all here, and yeah, dude, I ordered a bar of this here Spartan.
Yes,
Scrub.
you did, bro. I'm
Did you
waiting to
wash
smell like
yourself with
cheese.
it?
Yes.
It smells like valor and victory. I'll tell you that.
Does it? Nice.
Hell yeah.
I want you to use it
But
first,
it's
and then I'll
right here.
smell it.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. I like. Okay,
yeah,
Kevin.
Yeah.
That can be arranged.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
commanding, tactical, and heroic, just like a Squatch man should be. This is gonna be awesome. It actually smells.
Are you
quite
actually
nice,
going to
guys.
use it, or are you just going to keep it as a
I'm gonna
souvenir?
use it. I'm gonna use
Okay.
it. And I'm probably gonna do it on stream.
Yes. Like a shower stream.
Yeah,
Yes.
there you go.
Yes.
All right, stay tuned. That's the after party,
Oh
guys.
damn, bro!
That's on
a
the
new
Patreon.
segment I didn't know about. Oh shit! Okay, all right. Well,
Oh,
okay.
man.
Guess we'll have to add like we'll have to add like a side, type
Yeah,
of
yeah. OnlyFans pertain to
That's
We
all
can
about-
sell the water as well.
victory and battle.
Can
Victory
I
and
catch it
valor.
in a bucket?
I like that. Oh yeah, good shit, man.
go, boys.
Somebody said last week that you look like you're sitting in a law office or something.
Yeah, that was
A
Wiley.
law office. Okay, I
Yes,
can kind of see it. It's a wood paneling type thing.
yes.
Posted back there.
Yeah. Oh man, that shit was hilarious.
Jay's Lounge.
Oh yeah, Michael,
Yo.
Machine Gun Mike, what's up, baby?
Nothing much, Mo. Just been really busy with the kids, and then just trying to get as much gaming as I can in, because I have pre-planned how I'm intaking certain content shit. Oh my god, I sound ridiculous saying it, but like, so I'm already so hyped with what's going on with gaming that so much shit is hitting the media where I'm able to focus on one thing and only one thing and still have stuff to look forward to. So, I mean, honestly, the week has been pretty good because when gaming's good, I am too. But yeah, nothing too much, man. Movies,
Yes.
your basics. I couldn't name a particular one. I just got done watching Into the Spider-Verse with my family, which is always mint, man. Like the animations, the way their voice acting does, like everything about like the visual style of it, Sony animations. And I meant to do this, but last night at 10 my time, EST, that League of Legends Arcane hit Netflix for the first 3 episodes. So I think tonight after the podcast, I'll probably check that out if I don't play any more Hitman
League of
2.
Legends has a Netflix show?
Yeah, it looks awesome. It looks really like
So
Legends Never Die. You ever heard that song?
I got sucked into the trailer, dude. I was
Yes.
listening to the trailer. Yeah. You know, like the preview. You know,
Where she like has the
I was
fist.
like, oh
and-
shit.
yeah,
Shit.
yeah, it is
Yeah,
no
it's
joke.
already better than the game, in my opinion. So
Okay.
worth a watch.
It's good. Yeah, it looks good. What about you, Mo? What you been up to this weekend, son?
Good, man. You know, besides the anxiety with my children earlier, nothing else really. You know, just work and Forza, and yeah, and then Guardians of the Galaxy. I actually felt I'm gonna roll into actually that, you know, into what I've been playing because so we started playing Forza and we have which we're gonna talk about in a bit. I think all of us ended up getting the premium the premium edition so we can play it early, and it's amazing. You know, I mean, it's everything that you've read about basically, and I ended up I played it for the first couple of nights, and then last night I jumped into Guardians of the Galaxy because I haven't played it in like 3 or 4 nights, and because I do want to finish it, and dude, that game is fucking long. That game is long. Like I'm on chapter 9, and then I think I don't know who asked last night. I think it was Ains, or maybe somebody in the party chat. They're like, "Hey, how many chapters is this game?" I'm like, honestly, I don't know. Was it you?
Yeah.
My fucking son. I'm sorry.
14.
Yes, it was you.
It's okay.
Yeah. So then I ended up. Yeah. So I looked it up, and it's like 16 chapters, and they're pretty lengthy chapters. I'm not complaining. The game is awesome. Like I'm enjoying it. It's like. Feels like it's just like, I mean, we talked about it last week. It's like Uncharted in a sense, right? Like, I mean, but it's so fun to play. Like they just do such a great job with the narrative and the characters and everything. So, I'm still making my way through that. And, Forza, it's an amazing experience so far. And, between honestly, like, I'm not a car person. You know, I was having this conversation with Jordan last night. I'm not a car person at all, right? Like, I mean, they give you like a voucher to unlock at the beginning of the, at the beginning, with the premium edition, like any car you want. So what do I unlock? I unlock the Warthog. Like some guys are unlocking like these, $1 million cars and whatever, and I'm like, nah. I think I'm gonna fucking go with this beast. So. I'll we'll get to that. We'll get to the Forza talk in a bit. But let me go around and see. I know, Kevin, you said you haven't been playing much.
I haven't. I need to get back into it. I did play some Forza. Yes. Cool. Forza. And I played it on Thursday, I think, or Friday, a little bit of Friday, because I didn't go to New Zealand like all my bros did to be able to play it on a little earlier. I was actually busy all week. But I did play for a couple hours Friday night. I got through that badass intro. It's good.
Intro. I'm sorry.
The intro was really good. Yeah, amazing. The intro was really good. Graphics are amazing. I'm playing it in performance mode. I did not try quality mode yet. I probably will, but you need to restart the game, so I haven't. I haven't done it yet. I'm not Mo. I'm not a sadist. Playing in 30 frames. Ugh.
Yeah.
A visuals whore is what you meant.
God. But it's very pretty. I had one or two bugs from coming back from Quick Resume. I think it might just be that, though, to be honest with you. Still working on Guardians. Haven't played that in about a week or so. So really, I've been playing nothing. Nothing. I've just been busy, and I don't know why. It's just life. Life has thrown me lots of shit to deal with. So I'm hoping that I get a little bit of time, a little more time after the show. I'm probably gonna jump on Forza again,
man.
maybe get on party chat with you guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, just been busy, man. I'm trying to think of what else I might have played, but nothing, honestly. Oh, I did download Observer on the PC, and I played through like the first crime scene dealy. It was actually kind of challenging, and in terms of the puzzles, that's a pretty good game.
Yes,
I
Kevin.
don't know that I'll finish it because it's on my PC.
Right.
So I might end up waiting for a sale and getting it on a console because I just don't get on the PC except for this and doing really mundane shit like paying bills. But it is very cyberpunky. It's got something, you know, like it kept me intrigued. There's some good stories. There's some good characters in there. Anywho, if you haven't played Observer, and I did have it, I owned it for free. Epic gave it away during, one of their giveaways, one of their free games. So that's where I ended up finding it because I'm like, shit, I saw that photo somewhere, the cover art. But yeah, no, I really want to get back and finish Guardians and then work on Forza and get back to Deathloop and finish Fist. And I got a bunch of shit I need to do, but I need time. I need 32 hours in a day.
Yeah.
If that were to happen, I could manage.
Yeah, we'll get into the whole, the quality and performance thing once we dive into it. Because I'm already seeing Elu and Matt talk about it. He's right too. Yeah, it does play. It's very, very impressive in performance. It's very smooth. Which we will talk about in a bit. And here also Matt backs him up. 30 FPS, no matter how well done, bothers the shit out of me, especially after. I'm with you, man. Yeah, but. Yeah, I'm like at this point with these games, right? Like, I mean, if they're not detrimental to me in terms of like how they feel, I mean, I do sacrifice the performance, like, I mean, it's just, I don't know, call me old school, call me whatever, right? Like, I mean, I played Ratchet and Clank in quality. I had no problems with it whatsoever. And then they ended up like a week or 10 days after they bumped it up to 40 FPS in the quality mode. Which isn't 60, but it's not 30. It's certainly better. Guardians of the Galaxy, I've been playing it in quality mode, and it's one of the most beautiful games I've seen this generation yet. It's stunning. It's very, very crisp and well done. And then obviously I'm playing Forza right now. And then what's her name? The Xbox lead engineer. Neo Epiphany. Her name is M. On Xbox. She the other day she's like, I've been playing it in quality, and I haven't, there's nothing that's been detrimental to my playthrough. And I'm like, yes, somebody else agrees. Yes, take that. Oh, shit. Yeah, my son, tell me, man. I know you've been playing Forza. But what else have you gotten into?
I tooled around a bit with a few of those new Game Pass editions. Kill it with fire, Basically, go around your house and try to kill damn spiders. And it made me think of you because I know we exchanged a story a couple months back about how you attempted to attack said spider and it went behind your television display and you never found it again.
Oh, so he died.
Good. Because that's the worst. When you can't
found the
freaking
body.
kill one, they're just like plotting. They're like, how am I going to get this fucker back? But it's just a crazy, stupid game. And that the Xbox Cloud stuff is okay with certain games. I tried out Doom Eternal in cloud, and that was a joke. That was a joke. It does not work.
I give you credit for even trying it.
I wanted to see what it was like, honestly.
Yeah.
I've tried some games, man. I had to do an achievement for Halo Wars 2.
Yep.
And I tried that shit. Oh, that was terrible.
Was it bad?
Oh my god, it would refresh the screen and you'd see it like refresh, and then it would refresh again.
Really?
And like, dude, it was terrible. I played it on PC, but it was terrible.
I've had a lot of that screen refreshing artifact, especially if I play on my Mac. But on the Xbox, I've not had any of that or screen tearing stuff. But it's mostly just been it's the input lag that gets me the most on console.
Yeah.
But it really depends on the game. Like I said, I played a bunch of other games. I played Going Under, which is like a beat 'em up game. I played again that Kill with Fire. So it works in some aspects, but again, I could never imagine trying to do either a Twitch-based shooter.
The Alpha ring or the Delta ring.
Delta.
Okay,
Delta. What else? Oh, on my PlayStation, I am back in Returnal. I am so in. Like literally just before the show, I'm literally about to take on the final boss because I want to get that true ending.
How many times have you gone through the game already?
I don't know how many cycles I've actually done because like it's not.
Look what a fucking show off he is. You see how I baited him and it worked? He's like, I mean, I don't know how many cycles
Fuck me, right?
I can't even do half a cycle. I love you, man. Give me your fucking skills.
What I was going to say, you piece of shit, was that it really doesn't matter how many times you beat the game because you have to collect these whatever shut up,
moons or some shit, right?
Yeah, sun fragments. Speaking of PS4 games, Mo and I were talking about this in a party chat last night.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm going to finish Horizon. There's something about it that's
feeling it, huh?
It's not. I don't know if it's the fact that it's a PS4 game. It's still very freaking pretty and it still plays well at times, but it's not hooking me right now. Yeah. I've played it for about 3.5, 4 hours, and like I said, I don't know. I'm at a point where I'm just like, nah.
So, hold on, Jordan, real quick.
I know, but go ahead, please.
Okay, have you made it past the trials or whatever, where you like fight the other kids and stuff? And did they show you how to set traps?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And it hasn't hooked you yet.
No, the gameplay is fantastic, but like I don't feel myself like wanting to keep
like
going.
I want
like
to do this.
Because it feels, and I don't know if it's because I keep thinking about what's coming as far as like just other games in general, like. Or the whole thing that Forza's out now. Everyone else is playing that, so I get a little bit of FOMO. But also, for some reason, like my mind just keeps going back to it. I don't know. The gameplay in that is something else. I don't know. The flow you get in Eternal Night, once you play that, you'll understand where I'm coming from.
Oh man, I've been so goddamn close to buying it. I saw you playing it the other night. And I was like, "Whoa, hi, bitch!"
I was like,
I was going.
You got it. Yeah, like I said, I'm excited as hell about Forbidden West, but going into it, like I said, I don't think I'll feel too bad about not finishing this game.
Yeah. I was in.
Well, she dies, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, no biggie.
I told you about that too, man. It's not. The story itself never really pushed me to want to complete it. The world is beautiful. The gameplay, like you said, is awesome. I mean, there's a lot there, but I didn't care for her. I didn't care for the story, right?
There were like 12 better stories they could have came up with.
Yeah, like if I'm playing a game like that, and this is personal, opinions, obviously. Yeah, if I'm playing a game like that, like I mean, and it, with that depth and that breadth and whatever, anything else with th at the end that you want to call it. Like, I mean, for me, like their story at least has to engage me enough to want to see, the conclusion or see it go forward. And unfortunately, that happened with me as well. And I told Jordan last night too, I'm more interested in Horizon Forbidden West, at least from what I've seen, than I am in than I was in Zero Dawn. I mean, so. And that's not to take away from Zero Dawn again, like I mean, obviously it's a fantastic game, but that's
like I said, it plays really well too, and it's very pretty. But I think it's just every time like I climbed one of those long necks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the tall. Yeah.
And then I instantly got. I was like, oh boy, they are.
Amazing.
The spectacle is fantastic. That cannot be argued.
Oh, yeah.
But like I'm like, oh god, open world vibes just hit me right in the face. I'm just like, look at all these icons.
Yeah.
I didn't feel as bad with Ghost. Like Ghost, I was able to kind of just beeline, and I wanted to beeline this too. But like again, it's just not, the story isn't hooking me. But
yeah, I feel you. I know.
Have you fought your first giant monster yet, Jordan?
The biggest thing I fought was the
Like a
saber tooth, saber claw. I don't know what
Okay,
something
I
else.
mean, that's decent. Like
Yeah,
how
once
it
you see a
would be.
thunderjaw.
And I'm sure you are in the
Thunderjaws are-
area where it's a bunch of like fucked up buildings and they're sticking
Yes.
out of grass
Yes.
and
Yes.
stuff
Yes.
like that. All right. So honestly, Jordan, I get the vibe you're getting off, but you have probably seen destroyed buildings and debris coming out of grass that's apocalyptic so many times, and that's probably
Yes.
like, because when I walked up to that area I was like, oh my god, I just got done playing Near Automata, or like it's
Sure,
the same type
sure.
of vibe.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is that open world apocalyptic whatever, but a little bit more past that you start to get into the desert or into the snow area or into these, I don't want to give too much away, but some of it is pretty like,
Dude, I got
holy shit,
far, man.
jaw dropping, bro. Some of
Yeah.
that part of the game.
I know. I got to those bastards, the fucking flying things in the snow. I forgot what they were called. Those things were hard to take down, man. They were tough. But yeah, 3-bit.
Forza FOMO.
It's got Forza FOMO. I hear you, man. I
Yeah,
know.
3-bit. I feel I'm right there with you.
bro,
Tuesday.
you've
Much longer. Not much longer.
You've already powered through the first few days. Honestly, man, you might as well just wait if you've been this patient. So God bless your patience. Yeah, I would listen to Elu right here. Elu is a man of.
That's right.
Yeah, when Elu speaks, we listen.
That's it. 100%.
If you're waiting, it's only a couple of days, and he's absolutely right on that one. And Nix is another Observer Redux
Yes, Nix.
fan. So
Observer is
that's
the
why
best
I
Uber
highlighted it.
game.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Yep.
Let me see. Okay,
Talks.
Mike,
Yo,
what have you been playing, bro? What have you been playing,
Back on
Mike?
Warzone after talking shit about it last week.
Yeah, goddamn right I was. Combat League is in between right now, so no Combat League has been going on for a few days, but I feel like there's somewhere, like, I don't know if anybody's ever had this. I feel like a lot of people have, though. It's kind of like when you learn how to drive a standard car in your sleep. Or like the idea of something hits you when you're not doing it and you're like, holy shit, I'm looking at it from a different perspective. Anyways, with not playing Mortal Kombat in the past week, I've had those types of thoughts where I'm like, I got to try that next time I go against somebody. So that's a cool thing. I like having that feeling. Mortal Kombat has literally stuck in there and I'm like, I love it so much. Okay, so let's break some shit down real quick, yo. Okay, so Warzone, I was still playing. I still like it for what it is, and I'm still like, whatever. I seriously can't wait till Battlefield. But then I played more of this game called Hell Let Loose, which is a PlayStation
tell me
Plus
about that.
free game.
Tell me about it.
What's up? What's
Tell
up,
me about
Jordan?
it. Tell me about that.
All right.
Tell us about it.
All right, bros. So it is super realistic, and it's like old school Medal of Honor. No how many rounds you have in your magazine. No indication that you actually like eliminate a foe. The driving is old. It feels old. It is old. It's back in WW2. There's some cool moments where you get like artillery thrown on you, and it's like boom, like big explosions. I meant to share that clip on Twitter, but it's just super hard and it's super sluggish, and it's like that. It's just like you got to be super immersed into war and like what that is and stuff. And I like that kind of shit, but even for me, I am like, man, when can I start talking shit, or when can I start teabagging people? I know that's terrible to say. I'm sorry, but sometimes I feel like that. Okay, no, but but so like you just spend a lot of time prepping, figuring out where to spawn, and then once you spawn, it's like this slow trudge because it's all about like maintaining position. Like no shit. The cool thing is that like I sat around in a corner in a back alley and I got like 9 kills just like within 5 minutes. Just they would just keep running and you're hitting them and you're just kind of like, when are they going to learn that? There's a guy in the alleyway. That's why
You
they keep
camper.
following. And yeah, I mean, but that's how the game is because it's so realistic, because that's how you do it in real life too. And so it was just like this weird thing. I'm like, okay, I like this, you know? And then I died, and then it took me another 10 minutes to even get close to where I was. Oof. So where the combat is, and on top of where the actual fighting is happening compared to the little stragglers that are like sneaking around corners and like, you're just like, man, fuck this, dude. Like I see the appeal, and no shit, a lot of guys, this is at least per my buddy saying, is that a lot of guys playing Hell Let Loose are from Warzone, playing Hell Let Loose, just waiting on Battlefield. So I'm like, because there's like 100-man servers and Hell Let Loose, and they are full most of the time. I am just like, who the fuck is playing this game? Like old dudes, like old World War II vets or some shit. Because I don't see, I don't see the appeal to this game or whatever. And but like I said, I see the appeal. My buddy really likes it, and you can get into vehicles, and you literally you can only play one class. Like, I'm the leader, and I need a medic, and then I need a machine gunner, and then I need a this, and it's just like a little too much. And I'm just like, I'm like, buddy, thanks for playing Avengers with me, but fuck this game. And he was like, oh, it's all good. We're just all waiting on Battlefield. And then I get a little text message from Mo one day, and he's like, yo, isn't this cool? And it was something about the voice actors of famous video game people that we know. And all I had to do was listen to her voice once, Mo, and I was motivated to play some fucking game, okay? So, and I even forgot her name. That's how much it doesn't even matter, like how crazy it was. What's the girl's name who does the voice for the chick in Hitman? The woman.
Oh, what's her name?
When you... Do you want me to give you a moment?
47.
Yeah, find it and interrupt me here in a minute. Okay, so I was like...
If I can marry a voice, it would be hers. Okay? Like, just if I can make love to a voice, it's hers.
Jane Elizabeth Perry.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
yeah.
Thank you.
So when you sent that to me, Mo, and I like watched that little clip, I am like, damn, I forgot about Hitman. Like, I know I played Absolution not too long ago, but I kind of forgot, and I was feeling something because I saw Hitman 2 in my library, and I was like, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. So I started playing Absolution at first, and then I started to get the feeling where I was like, whoa, like I started a small level because I didn't want too much. I didn't know how much I was feeling sexy and assassination like. And I started playing the gun range on Absolution, Mo, if you remember that one. It's kind of simple, nothing big. Get your keys, get your silver ballers, and get out. I ended up playing that level about like 5 times to get like the perfect score. And I was like, God damn it. You know what? If I'm spending this much time in a game I've already played, I might as well go download Hitman 2 and start playing that game. And holy shit, I am so glad I did. Like, I literally was like punching myself in the C and B because I was like, I wasted 3 hours on Absolution when I could be playing this sexy shit. Okay, so I started up Hitman 2, and I was like, you know what, dude? IOI just knows how to make sexy. Like, I'm not talking like metal sexy. I'm not talking like, I'm talking James Bond sexy.
I know.
Sleek.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'll say it again just in case if I haven't said it enough. Sexy. You know, sleek, sexy. Just the way, even that front cover, even that splash screen when I press X to start, he's like, oh, with that. Dude, he's got the silencer. Ooh.
The mission briefings are so well done. They are incredible.
Speaking, let me paint you a picture, Jordan, real quick. Okay. The mission briefings, like, so I was just sitting there, like, it was late at night, dark as fuck, and I'm in the gaming zone.
Sexy.
Well, because by the time I had the good idea to download Hitman 2, I was like, I'm prepping for like a real gaming session. And so I'm sitting there and I'm listening to the briefing and I'm like, this is fucking what got me was old girl with her voice, you know, and I'm like getting in the mindset, you know what I'm saying? And then that, like, the moon is glistening off the water and I am just like, all right, I'm into this, you know, I really like this. And then it goes and it shows 47 come in on that boat and then dude, and then it pans in on him and then the ratio disappears and you're like, I'm in fucking game, bitch.
Yeah, it's pimp.
And then he's got, his suit with the red little zip on the back, and he's just like walking up to that house that's in the middle of nowhere, and he's like, yo. He doesn't say yo because he's way more classy than that, God damn it. But he's like, I'm here. I'm at the target's house. And then you just start walking up, and you're like literally like I was just so like in wow of the presentation on how they hit you, and then you're just like, you're the assassin. And I was like, I was feeling it.
And you see that right there? That's things like that are why I haven't played, you know, I don't know if anybody knows in the chat, but so I never played the new reboots, you know, for Hitman. So this year I played 1 and 2 because I really wanted to play 3. And after I finished 1 and 2, I stopped.
Yep.
So that was my mistake.
Yeah.
But what you're talking about is why I think IO's gonna just nail it with the James Bond thing.
Yeah.
And you
You're
guys
goddamn
already-
right, son.
100%.
Yeah, and you said too, you know, like they know how to make sexy, right?
Dude.
Like
Yeah,
that type
his
of sexy.
story.
And even Shizno here saying, I mean, he really
Yep.
just reminded me of that when he said,
Yep.
like with their 007 game, it's. I
His
think they're gonna
story
do a
got my
phenomenal
C
job.
and B all sorts of
Right?
excited.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Full
Mike.
and ready to go.
So I know you're gonna love that game, man. Trust me. Like the way you approach eliminating people and just the discovery of it is just so interesting. That second mission when you're in Miami for the raid,
Yes, I played that a few
I have
times.
I cannot tell you how many hours I spent doing all the different ways to kill people in that. It's
And that's-
unbelievable.
And there's always going to be more hours or more
And,
ways.
and I just like remember like at least particularly last night, like reveling in that feeling. I was like, man, I remember I talked shit about this series because I wasn't in that mindset of like doing it over and figuring things out. Now I don't know what it is, but I'm so into that mindset right now. And
Dude.
Hitman 2 has just been like, depending
so
on how it
awesome.
goes, you know, Hitman 3
so
will be
awesome.
up.
Bro,
and
if
then
you
I
watch-
beat.
God, I'm sorry. No,
Oh,
no,
I was
no.
gonna. Oh, I got like a whole other spiel. Sorry. And then I beat Guardians of the Galaxy.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. So Mo, there's 14 chapters, and dude, there is a point in that game where it is like, holy shit, this is like I thought it was over. And then there's another point where you say, oh, I thought it was over. And then there's another point where you're like, damn, it's still going. Like y'all, the characters keep saying like, get ready for the battle of your life, get ready for the battle of your life, kind of there at the end. So I do feel that. But if you do push on through and try not to think about when it will end and just kind of let it come, like it's a much more easier process. Or so like that's what I was like. Next time I play it, I'm aware of how long it is, and I just kind of need to enjoy it for what it was, because that one little thought in the back of my head being like, when is this game gonna end, didn't make it that fun. But at the end there, man, they introduce a lot of heavy-hitting Marvel characters that you're like, or at least for me, I was like,
Nice.
holy shit, I did not think that they would like show you this character. I literally thought it was going to be a character they say, and then they boom, and then they show it or whatever. And then I was like, dude, we're really doing this right now. And you really do it, dude. The last half of the game, not the half of the game, but the last like quarter of the game is literally like the pinnacle, like the climax of a movie. You know what I mean? So it does get there. It just does take a little bit to get there. And whenever you do get there, you are like, okay, like we're starting in. So the Guardians of the Galaxy overall, it takes a good time of letting you know who these characters are. It takes enough time for you to understand who they are, particularly like all 4 or 5 of them, depending on who they are. And then it just keeps building from that point on. Once you reach the 50% of the game, it's less about the characters, more about the overall arcing story. And then even in between there, you get these little hints of still like characterization and good development, new introductions of characters. Like whenever I finished it, I put my controller down, I let the stimulation like wash over me. And then I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I would play that again on very hard New Game Plus mode though, because the combat, as much as it does pick up at the end, it's still a little like too easy. You know what I mean? But I just hope that this is not such a successful game to where all Marvel games take this route or other games take this route. Like I love me a good linear like type of game, but you know, like there's just some things that I could see that they could have done more or did better with. But overall, I would say it's like a solid 8 out of 10. Or
That's good, man. That's
4 out of 5 or whatever.
That's about
it
where
is.
it landed. That's about
That's
where
how
it
I
landed.
think.
That's pretty good. That's fair. And yeah, it's just we have a segment coming up on that about just Square and Avengers and whatever. Yeah, so we'll talk about that because I want to roll that in there as well.
Yeah. She's in there enough, Sarko, to to make her a prominent role where it's like, damn, this girl matters. Like she's always like in conversation at least. You know how much you see visually of her. I would say enough. Like I didn't even know who the character was until the game. So
Yeah.
but yeah, Sarko, enough. I would say.
Yeah, definitely. That's cool, man. That's awesome. Good shit. I'm glad you're done with it. I'm gonna finish it. I'm definitely going to.
It's very easy, Mel.
I powered through a couple chapters last night while I was playing.
Nine's pretty well. I didn't even think you were that far.
Yeah. So let me see, but I'm enjoying it, man. Like I mean, from the way that they did it. You know, like you don't want every game to be linear, but until you play a linear game that's really well done, and you realize,
Exactly.
This is cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
They had an
Okay,
update too as well recently.
it did. Um, and yeah, they did, dude. Where is it? Where did Shizno just said Eidos Montreal did they did an amazing job with it. They did, man. Eidos Montreal is a great studio, so that's why I'm not surprised that they knocked this one out of the park. Okay, let's get into our first topic, the obvious of the week, and that is Forza Horizon 5, my friends. We've been seeing it, since it was revealed or since it was unveiled. Playground Games, obviously, this is their 5th iteration. Takes place in Mexico. Hits reviewers, and they had ample time. And our friend Ains, who did review the game, he pretty much kind of like set expectations for what to expect with the scores, because he absolutely loves it. So, and then if you go to OpenCritic, the average currently is sitting at a 92. But what's also impressive is the fact that 100% of critics recommend it. Usually like you'll have like 90%, even for games that are like, very, it's kind of weird. Like even for games that get like high scores, you won't always see 100% critic recommendation, but this one does. And yeah, what I was saying earlier is I love arcade racers because, I used to be a big Burnout slappy. Jordan, I was telling you last night, like Burnout 3 for me is probably my favorite racing game of all time. Just because of the fact that what you did, it was racing, but racing wasn't the focal point of it, right? Racing was part of it. The focal point was trying to do these other things, whether you crash or whether you get these other cars, taking them down, getting them off the road. How cool can you do it? And what good ways could you do it? And they even did such a great job with it too. If you play Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, the remake that they did on the 360 and PS3 generation, that one was fun. And then they also remastered it, I think late last year or earlier this year, or I can't freaking remember. But they did a good job too with those with that same mechanic, taking them down, taking the cars down. But anyway, back to Forza. So the fact that it doesn't take itself so seriously, is what I love about this series, or specifically this game. It's so vibrant. It's such a pleasure to look at every single, no matter where you're playing or what area you're in on the map. It's absolutely gorgeous, whether you're in performance or whether you're in quality. I like playing in quality because I like to make my eyes bleed. We were talking about that earlier. I don't feel like, me personally, the 30 FPS for me is really like detrimental to my experience. It's only detrimental when you go from 60 to 30. If you start at 30, you're fine. Once you go to 60 and you feel the difference, I actually did do that, right? But it's not really, it's not, serious, but you can still see it. You could see pop in and you could see like vegetation, at a slightly lower quality, things like that. But overall, it's pretty much the same experience. It's just in 60 FPS. But I went back to 30, and I love playing it at my pace. I unlocked the Warthog, driving around, doing all this stuff, and it's so deep, man. We can spend hours talking about how deep it is and how, if you played Forza, you pretty much know what to expect, in terms of how engaging it is and how it keeps you engaged. If you're into, you can tune it. You can manually tune it yourself. You can do auto tuning, for people like me who don't know jack shit about cars. So it's fun to do auto tuning. You can download other people's tuning as well, because that's what I did. So you can download that. You can make your own fucking paint job with the rims and whatever it is. You can download other people's that are on the whatever. It just goes on and on and on. And it also has one of the greatest freaking intros to a video game I've ever seen. This was just amazing. It sets the tone for what to expect. What we're playing right now, if you haven't played it yet, it really sets the tone for what to expect. And I personally don't like, I'm not a big fan of road racing. I love off-road racing, right? So like as soon as this intro hits and you just drop with this Bronco straight onto, it's an off-road section, right? By the mountain, there's some molten lava to your right that you just saw right away. I'm like, oh my God, this is it. Like this is going to really, really hook me. and I really try to look for the for the off-road races, because I think personally, to me, they speak more. They're just more fun. But anyways, I'll get to, I want to get to Jordan and Kevin. I don't know how much of it you've played. I know you've only played a little bit. I know Jordan's played a lot. I'll jump over to Jordan right now. But so far, I mean, it's fantastic, man. And I know for the people, 3-Bit was saying earlier about the FOMO. I mean, it's very impressive too. With they have 1 million players already before the game officially launches.
Crazy.
Right? And that's 1 million players. That includes either people who just bought the premium pass, which is the $50 one. That actually it's on sale if you're a Game Pass subscriber. But or there's also people who just went balls out and they bought the whole thing, right? Like, I mean, they paid $100 and they bought the game and obviously the premium pass, to give you that early access. So you guys are really in for a treat, man. I'm telling you, it's fantastic. Jordan, let me jump over to you so far. What have you how you liking it so far, man?
It's fun, man. When you're kind of coming into the topic, talking about like, your kind of lukewarm affinity for racing games. I've always been deep into the arcade style racers as opposed to, the true sims. I'm not sure if it's just the fact that I don't care too much about, having to micromanage my tire pressure or tune my brake differentials and camshafts and whatever. I'm talking car things like I have any idea what I'm saying.
It sounded good.
Yeah, it sounded about right. Thank you, Kevin. But yeah, except I love this. I sunk a good amount of hours into Forza Horizon 4, and if any of y'all here have put any amount of time into that, just basically take what you understand and like or don't like about that, and put that in here, but kind of dial it up big time, just because the performance in this is a showcase game. If there's ever been one, it's utterly gorgeous. Mo has been using the words quality mode quite often. Disregard that. Performance is where it's at. I have literally noticed zero pop in from a distance. The draw distance is incredible, and this is me like rewinding and jumping. I spent 20 minutes last night trying to get the damn XP board that was on a stupid rooftop, and here's my dumb ass like, okay, let's launch it. Nope, that's not it. Okay, let's launch it. Nope, still don't got it.
I think I did that same one.
Yeah, but that's the open world stuff that's in this game. Is kind of what makes it is appealing. It's not a straightforward. It's a straight. I wouldn't say it's not straightforward. Let me back up. You have like your typical racing stuff that you would find in what we used to get racing is, but now that they have this, they're doubled down on this massive open world thing. You can do anything and you'll still get experience. So again, driving around, smashing boards, discovering points of interest, uncovering the map. You don't really have to be a hardcore car guy to appreciate this game. You can make it as sim as you want, or make it as arcadey as you want. The accessibility here is crazy. I don't play with a ton of difficulty modifiers on. I keep it somewhat middle of the road, but it's super enjoyable. They have these adventures now, which are probably the most unique aspect and the most I don't want to say like narrative, because it's not really a story. There is a story. Yeah, there's a story, I guess you could say, but just like the set piece or just like the presentation of these sequences is so cool. And it's not like a full on race. It's usually like you with the person with a voiceover, like kind of talking to you, and you may be having like a 1v1 with something else, like a plane in the background. But just like one of the early races you do, you're going through this like tropical storm, essentially. There's lightning striking the road. It's just phenomenal. I did one, Mike, I'm telling you, man, I'm driving through the Mayan ruins and stuff, and you're like, it's crazy. Last night I did one where I'm going to a festival, essentially, and it's like a nighttime, there's a fireworks display and everything, and then all of a sudden the camera shifts. You show up there in this Porsche, and then when you get to the location, you're driving a float like a full-on pinata float.
Oh, that's so funny.
So this is where it gets better, Mike. You're driving the float, and he's like, "This thing goes really slow," and you're going like 15 miles an hour, and then the scene like fades out, and it's daytime. Now you're driving it again, but you're going $140 in the float, and then you launch over this ramp, and oh god, it's wild. Those are arguably the most enjoyable or like the most unique parts of this game. And if racing is not your thing, you can still again absolutely just have fun with just the wackiness of that. Right. I don't think any of us have really dove into the creative mode as far as like, all the sorts of crazy shit that you can start to make now, which is like, I guess the best analogy would be Halo Forge. but yeah, we've had some server issues. I think they're evening them out now.
Yeah.
We messed around with the battle royale mode. It's called the Eliminator. I'm not sure if you've heard of that, Mike.
No, that sounds badass.
I gotta try that, man.
It's cool. Car battle royale, man.
I tried that in Forza.
This game sounds so fucking good.
See, there you go, Mike. There you go, man.
Great.
And so long, I guess I'll wrap it up here. But we keep seeing all these like really, really high reviews, 10s on this game. And we spoke about this last night, Mo, as far as like, does a game like this, ever get into the running, or does it ever get considered, a game of the year, or at least a nod towards that? And we usually don't see that. And I don't know if that's just because of the genre itself, with it being kind of niche, I guess. But it's undisputable that this game really, really is remarkable, and I think it. I probably need to spend a little more time with it to see if in my book it really hits that level of a 10, just because, again, this is me as someone that's not super passionate about racers, but I can certainly appreciate what it's doing. Not just for the genre, but again, just as a technical standpoint in a game in general, it's remarkable.
With how deep it is and how approachable it is to try to get in as many people as possible. Yeah, it's niche because it's a racing genre, right? But in terms of how it can engage you as a casual, as a casual fan of racing games, I think this is probably the best that you can possibly do. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Like, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, I mean, there's so many things you can do that don't necessarily have to revolve around time, or that don't have to revolve around races. You can do the races. You don't have to get first place. You know, I mean, sometimes, good point. Sometimes they usher you in, right? Like, I mean, as part of the adventure or whatever it is. Like, I mean, sometimes you have to do specific races, or they jump you from road to off-road to whatever it is. Sometimes you have to drive through a sandstorm. Sometimes you have to drive through a lightning storm. It's really that's the type of shit that I love when they like you were talking about earlier, right? Like, I mean, the narrative or whatever. I like it when they give you those types of missions where you really get to experience the sights and sounds. Yeah. Like the lightning storm, right? Yes. Or like the sandstorm right here. This is really early in the game too. I mean, it's fantastic, man. More of this is what I love, especially for my freaking casual racing ass. I love it, dude. It's amazing. I'm with you. Really hit on a lot of good points. Fork to your comment you just posted there about driving around. Last night was one of the most recent times that I've stayed up late, like really fucking late. I was up until 2 a.m. in chat, which is 3 a.m. Let's think about it. With Mo and Pampa, and I was literally just discovering all the roads. So I did end up discovering all 578 roads in this game. That's very impressive. Just zoning out. It was a full-on Zen moment. I was just like shooting the shit with you guys. This is a good game just to get into party chat and just chill with your boys. Yes, I'll say that. So. Jordan, real quick, I would like to know, because you're like a flow dude as I am. So not thinking about the game in terms of like cars and whatever that idea is, but thinking in terms of gaming and flow, like with the drifting, I'm sure, with you trying to pass up cars and find like that natural feeling of natural discovery, like finding things and stuff. Does it... And that's like kind of what she said a little bit, but I just kind of need an in stone for sure. Like, does it get you in that flow state where you're like, all right? And I feel like that if I really, like, I could be first place in all races if I like really tried to or whatever it is.
Yes,
You
and
can.
Like I'm fucking Toretto, son.
Yes, you are.
As long as my family's with me.
You don't have to even place first. Again, you could place like 7th or 8th place, and you'll still get experience. Again, yeah, you don't get the all the fanfare and everything, but the game does not punish you for not being, a podium finish.
Yes.
You'll succeed,
Okay.
you still progress. And as far as the whole, like you mentioned, as far as drifting and flow, all the cars handle differently. But again, you'll get muscle memory with certain things eventually, and it feels great when you nail a drift.
Okay, cool.
All the girls love a good handbrake turn. And the last, the game has that. There's a constant trickle of progression. It's always like everything you do has a leaderboard. Like if you go through a speed zone, it'll be like you placed in the top 20 percentile, or it'll place your name either above or below someone on your friends list. So you're always like just kind of like, I gotta one up this person.
Yes.
Like your XP,
Cool.
everything. There's so many stats to track and everything. So that's always kind of giving you this feedback to just keep going.
So no lie, Jordan. I just got to tell you, I really like whenever it shows your friends, you specifically, Jordan, because I love it whenever they give you a track like an Arkham Knight or Hitman does it as well, Mo. And I saw some buddies on Twitter. I was like, oh, well, that's a good. I actually like doing that or whatever. But one particular, I turned on Astro Playroom one day and it said, hey, your buddy Jordan Albino's got 56 seconds on this race. And I was like, oh, hell nah, son. I played that level probably like for 30 minutes trying to beat you. And I think I got you by like 1 second or some shit like that.
Oh, one last thing, Mike, also too, because I don't think you play any of the Forza games, right?
I played 4, and that's why I'm so interested in 5.
So
I played 4 enough to be like, this is cool.
Remember the drivatars? Like, when you're kind of just wandering around, anytime you're in a race, they'll name all of the AI characters after your friends list opponent, your friends list names. So when you're just doing free roam stuff, you'll encounter you'll see Kevin on the road somewhere, but their cars don't ghost. So if they hit you, they will fucking hit you. So and it's not like they do it on purpose, but man, I've been friggin' T-boned by Ains before. I saw Mo driving a Warthog at one point. I went to turn around and chase him. He fucking left me in the dust.
It's like you drive that on purpose, so later, like a few days later, it might fuck somebody's race up or something. That's so
I hit, dude. Hey, whenever I do the races, especially if I'm trying to beat the time or get number one, I hit people on the road. Oh yeah, I hit the drivatars. Oh yeah, so I'm very aggressive, man. Oh, yeah,
I hit the drivatars.
I like that, Mike. It's cool, man. It's cool.
Awesome. Yeah, I am like Tuesday is like one of those special days for me for this game, and I'm like, hell yeah, dude! I can't wait to get on the road. Yeah, it's so cool.
It's gonna be fun,
I like
man.
this.
Oh,
I like this.
Sure. Kevin, what have you gotten so far out of it?
So I have spent significant time trying to get signs on top of places. That gets you those GTA trilogy, the GTA vibes there. But it's beautiful. I've been playing it on performance mode. It's just fantastic, man. Even that intro, leads you through the snow and the volcano, and I played beyond that. And I played probably a couple hours after that too. But just being able to customize your cars, being able to do the vinyl decals, being able to earn those, and the wheel spins and all that shit, man, has you engaged. The season hasn't started yet, so I know people are going to be hot on that. I've never participated in one of the seasons, but I think I might try it this time around. They really have. I mean, you have just a whole map of shit to do, and once the seasons start, you're gonna have that shit to do as well.
Yes. What?
Yeah. There's seasonal content, and then it actually changes seasons.
I forgot about yes, Kevin.
Yeah, so I don't know how that's gonna
Seasonal
work.
content screams, I want to get my players addicted no matter what.
Yes, man,
And it works too.
And it
Sometimes.
works.
Trust me,
It
bro. Yeah,
works.
there's enough shit here to addict you even without.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna play this after I get off of here. I'm gonna try to redeem that voucher that I didn't even know I had. But yeah, it's a great game to be on Party Chat and just kind of fuck around with.
Yes.
The races are, I mean, everything's pretty casual on the normal default difficulty. I don't think most people would have an issue coming in and placing, a podium finish, honestly. But you can always turn on and off assists. They have tons of accessibility options. I mean, you can play this however you want to play it. So that's really nice. This is a far cry from Forza Motorsport, which I also play, and that shit's hardcore. But what I want to say is they, there's ray tracing in the Forza Vista mode, right? So you can get some really nice screenshots. However, there is ray traced like audio. And if you're playing by default, you have this third person view that you're seeing right now. But if you really want to get into it, man, get into like the cockpit view or the engine view with a headset on, and that shit is balls, man. You hear,
I haven't tried that.
you hear all the sounds bouncing off walls. You hear the cars coming up on your right, on your left. You hear all the different engine growls.
And is it from inside a car, Kev? Sorry.
Yeah. So there's like 3 or 4 different views that you can do, like just a window view. You can do a steering wheel view. You can do it like a hood view, depending. I mean, you've got to be absolutely insane to actually play the game like that. And anybody that does, I'm not letting you watch my kids. But I still think you should try it just to experience that in cockpit feel. And they nailed it, dude. The audio is truly next gen. You don't hear as much of it when you're in that third person view, though, because it's kind of muddled, right? I mean, it's still great, but try the in cockpit view, and the audio changes, and it's glorious.
Wow.
Noted on that.
I gotta try that tonight.
We'll do.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's fantastic. But that's all I got, man. I can't wait to get some more hours into it. That's all I want to do with it.
Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah, and Elu here, he also dropped a nugget of knowledge. He said they don't only name the AI, those drivatars take the characteristics of your friends into account. So if someone hits everyone and drives on the wrong side of the road, so will their drivatars. Well, since I unlocked since I unlocked the Warthog, I barely ever stay on the road itself. So I wonder how that translates over to these races. Unless you're only talking, unless it only does it, I'm pretty sure it only does it like how your race behavior.
Yeah.
So not actual free roam behavior. That would be a clusterfuck if it was free roam behavior.
I was trying to chase Phil Spencer the other day, and he was driving some Lamborghini, and this dude was avoiding me. He was straight up ducking me. And at one point, I tried to pit maneuver him. I tried to pit maneuver him, and he dodged me, and I drove off into a canyon.
Nice.
Yeah, he fooled you.
Come on, bro.
Did he stick his head out, Jordan, and said,
Spencer!
"Hey"? Did he stick his head out, Jordan, and say, "Hey, come to my place for dinner"?
I wish.
I know. See you later, friend.
Oh yeah. Yeah, okay, you got to expect that too, man. Brizzles, podcasts, and Sunday Night Football are the perfect combination to wind down the weekend. Yes, it is, my friend.
Boy.
Thank you for being with us. And Game Positive, if you're still in here, man, congratulations. One of our brothers, he had a baby with his
fucking son.
Happy and healthy.
Had a fucking son.
My fucking son had a fucking son. All right.
Perfect.
Congratulations, man. Fork mentioned something earlier too, man. Let the
Is
gaming
he
begin.
cross-dressing again while watching this show?
No. I think he's on his best behavior. It's Sunday.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right.
He usually reserves those for Wednesday nights, But
All
for
right,
Sundays,
because I was absolutely terrified when I tuned in on Wednesday, and I'm still not quite over it. I've bleached my eyes. It's not working. Yeah, he was in full garb. Yep, Fork's a crazy one.
So, Mike, you've seen. I know you're excited to get into this, soon. So, anything
I'm ready for it. No, just that, y'all are literally making it better for now, for the anticipation, because I did not, to me, I've played Forza 4, and so I was just it'll kind of be the same, but better, I can only assume. And I really liked the idea, open world, meeting buddies, and then being hey, do you want to rally up and go do a race or whatever?
Yeah.
I really like that concept a lot. I've always kind of wanted to get into some type of racing thing at least, because there's always gaming communities out there, and racing community is something I've never really gotten into because I'm not a car guy myself or whatever. But damn, this game seems like it's a blast.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that it might be one of those games where it's like, no, I'm playing Forza. Like, I don't want to
Yeah.
play. I don't want to play
Yeah,
nothing
sure.
else.
No, I think I think you're gonna really enjoy it, Mike.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Eric had a girl.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Hey, you know
okay.
what? That actually. Hey,
For
hey,
now.
Hey, Eric,
Man.
full story. Hold on. Eric, funny story. When Mike had a baby a few months ago, I did the same thing. I said, it's not just you. It's just something that
He's
we
just
say.
a sexist asshole, is what he
Kiss
is,
my
guys.
ass, you asshole. So I always say my fucking son had a fucking son. All right. So and Mike had a daughter.
Yeah. That's so funny. That is so funny.
Oh, congratulations, man. That's awesome. What's up, lady? Diego, you fucking loser. Good to see you here, man. Oh, God. Anyway, yeah. That's great. That's freaking awesome. I had a daughter. Oh, my God. That's awesome.
It's only 2 days old. I mean,
Yeah.
check again. You might have not looked good enough.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. All right. Cloud, my boy. Good to see you here as well, baby. All right, boys. Square Enix. Yeah, they made headlines, I feel like, for the wrong reasons initially. So earlier this week, there was an article on VGC. It says Square Enix claims Crystal Dynamics was the wrong fit for disappointing Marvel's Avengers. And people right away, instead of actually reading the article, they said that they threw Crystal Dynamics under the bus, which is a complete fucking crock of shit, right? Like, if you actually read the article itself, they said that, we realized that we basically have to give these, the studios themselves, like, what strengths that they have and what weaknesses that they have, and they will make the projects that they have to make based on those, right? Like, basically they're, to paraphrase it, you can't fit a square peg in a round hole, and that's what they tried to do, at least, right? With
Very good.
with Avengers. But the other thing too is the one thing where I do agree with some of the criticism, because they said that, where's that specific one? So they said taking on the gas model highlighted issues that we are likely to face in future game development efforts, such as the need to select game designs that mesh with the unique attributes and taste of our studios and development teams. While the new challenge that we tackled with this title produced a disappointing outcome, we are certain that the gas approach will grow in importance as gaming becomes more service-oriented. Two things that they're doing here. One, they're basically saying that they're not going to shy away from the gas model, which is fine. A lot of people are doing it. But the other thing, too, is they didn't admit that, you can't just make a gas out of, a game like the Avengers, right? Like, Mike, that's what we were talking about earlier, at least with why is it that that Guardians of the Galaxy has been reviewed so well, or why has it been received so well? It's because of the fact that the game knows what it is, it knows what it is, and it knows what it's trying to do, and it does it, and it does a fantastic job of it. It doesn't try to shoehorn you into some bullshit. It doesn't give you these repetitive fucking robots that can kill the Hulk, right? Like, it doesn't make you feel underpowered. It makes you feel exactly how you're supposed to feel, right? Like, when you're playing these characters in these titles, and the writing is fantastic. And it's linear. Now, you don't necessarily have to make a linear game, but the way that they did it itself, they just didn't they're not admitting that what you did with Avengers was just the wrong way to go about it, right? Like, you can't say that. I'm pretty sure if you gave the Avengers game to Crystal Dynamics and you told them, hey, make a fucking title, right? Make this as best as you can. I'm pretty sure Crystal Dynamics will be able to do it, right? Like, without the other shit that you shoehorned into there. So my only thing is, if you're going to try to shoehorn gas, or like the model of gas itself into, the service model into your future games, they obviously know that they have to be more, more picky with what it is that they choose. But at the same time, let this also be a lesson that a game that you did not give anywhere near the coverage or anywhere near at least the attention that you gave the Avengers as a publisher ended up resonating with fans a lot more than the one that you were hoping to achieve. So, at least that's all I'm going to say about it. I'm really, that's why, I mean, we talked about this last week. Look how happy we are for Guardians. Like, I mean, Kevin and I canceled our initial pre-orders, right? Because him and I kept going back and forth, and then we pre-ordered it again. You know, I got whatever the edition with the steelbook, right? And I told him, I'm like, worst case scenario, I'll return the game and I'll keep the fucking steelbook, the pre-order steelbook. How funny is that we went from that to like where we are now? And I love it when you know, I love that for the game itself. And honestly, I think any Avengers fan, you don't necessarily have to say the Avengers should have been this, right? No, it's not. I mean, they can do things differently, but it also, you know, it also highlights the fact that, you know, there was a lot of missed opportunities with what they did for Avengers themselves. And you can say it's probably from publisher pressure or whatever it is. But Mike, I want to jump over to you because I want to see what you thought. You played Avengers, actually you and Kevin. You guys, but you specifically, because you used to make a lot of content for it. So what did you think about what they said in terms of, you know, them acknowledging, you know, this, like, do you think the service model will work in the future for superhero games, or are you just, you know, right now, because you're a superhero game junkie, are you the type that's just like, you know what, let these fucking superhero games be exactly what they need to be and stop injecting this extra bullshit that nobody wants or cares for? Because that's what people are upset about, right? Like, I mean, just acknowledge that this is not what we want in superhero games. Imagine if Spider-Man went this route. Imagine if they inject this into Wolverine, right? Like, I mean, you know, things like that. Like, I don't think that'll make people very happy. You know, there's certain games or there's certain expectations from these games themselves, you know, especially like these IPs or these brands or whatever you want to call them, in terms of how they deliver the story and what to expect and how to make you feel like a superhero. That's really the most important thing. How do you make, you know, how good will your game be at making the player feel like a superhero? I don't think they did a good job of that. But what do you think about this whole service model thing, you know, just to kind of piggyback off of what he said?
You make some pretty good points, Mo. I think, so a little bit of me says that, one, for what Crystal Dynamics did do with the game, no, I don't like, that's not the studio you would think right off the go that does a big scale Avengers, like with money involved and all this kind of stuff. Like, you wouldn't think like, oh, Crystal Dynamics, they've done that before. So right then and there's the red flag, right? But at the same time, it does tell me that Crystal Dynamics, I mean, they, for what studio they are, and I paid attention to all the dev streams. I was there for every single video that they released. Because the devs did the streams, like, they'd be talking like, hey, this is what we're doing. But with the dev streams, that's where you kind of started to see the kinks in the armor, especially whenever I was covering it. Like, I'd be telling you guys, like, dude, those dev streams are like, I'd be fucking embarrassed if I was the representative of the Avengers name, the Marvel name. You know what I mean? And I think it has a lot to do about scale. Their last game that they did was the Tomb Raider series, and that is a very personal adventure, a very semi-linear adventure, because you do revisit like old campfires and stuff, and it has that like semi-open world or whatever, which I really liked and appreciated. But once you start to get to the point, especially with superheroes, Mo, once you start to get to the point where it's just like, oh, you got like 5 different heroes on the landscape and all of them are just giving like everything they got, like... Then it kind of becomes just like a clicky, mashy type of game. Oh, yeah, and I get to spend money, and it's kind of... And it worked, though, and it works in some games like DC Universe, or there used to be a game that was like Diablo. It was called Marvel Heroes, and people really liked that game. They really liked the grind. They really liked the somewhat simplicity of it. But I could be my unique character, I guess. But I really feel like it's games like Batman and Spider-Man. And like when I think Wolverine, like I want to hear him breathe. Like I want to be mano with this character, whatever it is, you know, and I want to like feel the punches and like make them be effective or whatever. And whenever you kind of have a game where you're just kind of pounding on stuff, and they still do a really good job at it. It's still like 4 Kratoses on the field, like beating up robots and stuff. Like there is some like good stuff that they did that even while I played it, like trying to even like hide that, like, oh man, like that bias from it. I was like, they are doing some stuff that you don't really see in other video games or other co-op games. Like, and I was like, ooh, maybe Godfall like will reach that, you know, whatever they're trying to do, but they didn't, obviously. But yeah, I just think it's about scale. Once you start to have, like you said, Mo, once you have Hulk on the field, you're kind of like, well, as Captain America, here, let me just take out 3 little dudes with my thing. Like, Hulk should be able to, like, literally be running through them dudes. And he does, but like I said, it's mostly about scale. I think whenever they are thinking, like, yo, we can sell skins and we can just kind of make it, like, very similar and samey. There was something in there where they're like, we could sell skins. Mattered more over, like, anything else somewhere in there. And to be quite honest, I feel like Crystal Dynamics was just the kind of the workhorse, like the people that were just listening to higher up, and they were being like, yo, y'all need to make the game this way. Yo, y'all need to, hey, we need more cash flow. So, you know, let them buy XP upgrades. Like, yo, like only sell certain things a certain way because we need to get maximum profit. That was so fucking obvious. And then when you still got enemies going in the wall, or these little bugs that like players complained about, Cap shield, like, so we can have 5 different Captain America outfits, but the shield is always the same. Like, did y'all not go into it? Like, and Guardians of the Galaxy either learned from Avengers or they already like knew what they were doing. Like in Guardians of the Galaxy, one of the first few outfits you find is an MCU movie outfit. Like, the devs were like wishy-washy, and they didn't have a clue whether they wanted to add MCU suits or not. They were like, yeah, that's a lot of paperwork, like getting through the copyright and all that kind of Disney stuff or whatever. But they finally got them in and stuff like that. And it's kind of like, dude, when you own the IP, you want to be able to tell your fans, like, MCU suits, you got it. Not until whatever. Like, they just dropped recently. And here's the thing, too, where I'm just like, oh, man, like, it's 50-50 for me. Hate it. Love it. On November 30th, apparently Spider-Man is supposed to drop with a raid and with a bunch of this other stuff like loot rework and potential Destiny-esque, like, what is it called when you like craft it into and you fuse it together to make a bigger level or whatever? Crafting, I guess I would say. Yeah. Like, they're implementing some type of rework in that on the 30th. And I'm like, so there's no build up to this. Basically, they were trying to do, this is just my take, of course, and like, you know, and I'm not trying to take anybody's work away from them, but it just sounds like they were trying to do stuff and like trying to fix a bunch of problems. And then they were like, okay, so we'll have all this stuff out by the 30th, right? And everybody was kind of checking their papers and checking their watches and being like, yeah, I think the 30th will work. And then they like kind of came together quickly and was like, yeah, push that, November 30th. Why wouldn't you sit there and be like on October 1st, like, hey, watch out, web slingers, whatever. I just like to get in that Stan Lee shit, you know? But like, watch out, true believers. Like, we got a incoming character sometime like before Christmas. And you're like, oh, really? A new character before Christmas? I want to, you know, that raid that we've been talking about for the past few months, like, yo, it's coming up. And just because I stopped playing and covering Avengers content does not mean at any time that I stopped following the information. Like, maybe not as hardcore, but I'd always get on Reddit like every few days and like, oh, what's going on in Avengers? Like, oh, they hate this thing. Like, oh, they like this thing and stuff like that. Just trying to keep up with the community, basically. But I do think that it was a good admittance. Like, I saw it coming almost. But if they didn't admit it, would it have mattered though?
Nah,
you know what I mean?
It wouldn't
right?
matter.
You know what I
Not
mean?
anymore.
Yeah,
But I truly, but I do truly think that whenever I did read it, and I had a very good feeling when I read it, I was like, good on them. I feel like they're kind of like admitting their faults here because let's really face it, guys. Avengers IP multiplayer should be banging. Mm-hmm. It should be banging. Mm-hmm. And it shouldn't have a question and a doubt from casual gamers who aren't comic book fans or superhero fans to be like, yeah, well, I heard it was bad. It was obviously that bad where word of mouth like kind of affected the way the game was, right? Because you know what I mean, Kevin. It's like,
it should be an insta buy, and it wasn't. It should be a no-brainer, instant buy, take my money, and it turned out to not be. They fucking handed it to them, and it came out the way it is. So the article was good. I think it was fair. And I really, you really have to think of what might have happened in the background, because as you play this single player campaign, which is actually pretty decent. You know, I wonder if at some point it did get converted to the gas model, you know, and
Right.
the development, and if you play it, you'll know what I mean when you have all these aspects that are contradictions of each other, and you're like, all right, it really is leaning towards being a single player game, but then what the fuck is that, right? And there's a lot of that. I was very confused in what it wanted to be, and it didn't do anything well. You know, it didn't do anything well enough to stand as a single player game or to stand as a Destiny, you know, Avengers clone. It just didn't do any of it well. So, you know, yeah, lesson learned. You know, Crystal Dynamics did make some banging Tomb Raider games. I mean, those games were good. So, had this been a single player game and not this fucking gas model, then maybe it would have fared differently. Maybe it would have, you know, been a Guardians of the Galaxy type of reception. But it is what it is. You know, the game's dead. Another couple years, they'll fucking bury this shit, and no one will remember what was the Avengers.
Man, I honestly, Kev, I wish that was true, but I literally got word like the other day that they said that we'll be supporting it through 22. Yeah, man, because I think the main goal is probably from now, if I were them, because Marvel's handing out their IPs, is that they want to make enough money that if they make a 2, then by then they might be prepared with all the incoming like things, because apparently She-Hulk, Bucky, Captain Marvel, like these are some big hitting characters that you're adding to a game that is stumbled out the gates, man.
All I want to know, I'm going to end with this, is if fucking Spider-Man swings like all the other characters in that game, that shit is going to be gimpy as fuck. And everybody's
they can't fuck Spider-Man up for
sure.
Dude,
if they if they make him swing like Black Widow or some shit, bro, people are going to be so upset. Anyway,
I'm done with this from topic. The air. Yeah, same here. Avengers will still be there regardless. I know that for a fact.
Yeah. Don't fuck up the next game, basically.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Just start doing Legacy of Kain again.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Honestly. Let's get to the next topic, boys. The next one I want to get to is Elden Ring. Elden Ring was shown off. It was about a 20-minute trailer that they showed off the other day with a very, very sexy collector's edition that was unveiled after that. And being that you know, Jordan and Mike are usually the, you know, you guys are the you guys are the resident Souls players, and Kevin and I are just, you know, the Kevin, do you want to find a nice, colorful word to describe you and I in terms of Souls games?
Let's hear it, Kevin.
How about a coward? How about a cowardly peasant?
I'll take that.
I'm trying to be PC
I'll
today.
Take that. I thought you were gonna go much worse, but I'll take that.
Yeah,
That's
no,
okay.
I was, and that's why I took a few seconds and thought about
so you're
it.
keeping it family friendly right now. Okay, I got
just for the minute.
Yeah, just for the minute. Okay, that's cool. I'll take that. So anyway, what we saw on display from those 20 minutes, I wanted to see what you guys' takes were. You know, in terms of, you know, how would you compare what you're seeing relative to your traditional Souls games, right? Because even for me, for somebody like me who doesn't play these games, I looked at the world and this world is fucking massive, but the game itself just pulls you in, right? I mean, it's got this really there's something hypnotic about its art style, and you know what it is that they want you to do, and obviously there's just the added pizzazz, you know, of it being a From Software game, you know. I mean, and now they're going fully open world, you know, go anywhere, do anything, blah blah blah. So I wanted to know from you guys, you know, what is it that you saw in this game that you're expecting it to be a different experience than what you're used to with the previous Souls games? Like, are you expecting it to give you that next step in, you know, the next evolutionary step, I guess you want to say, in the From Software games? I wish I could answer that, but I can't, because I don't play these games, and I'm just Yeah, but Jordan, let me start with you, man. What did you think about this? You know, I mean, about everything that I just said. I hope I can get. I hope I can get you to answer that. Did I throw you a curveball?
No, you're good, brother. You're
My
good, man.
fucking son. Yeah.
Am I coming through good right now?
No, you're good, man. Yeah, you're good. You
Cool,
don't
cool.
sound
Just making
underwater.
sure.
You're
I
Gucci.
was getting
Yeah.
some issues for a second.
Yeah.
Man, I am so excited for this game. I am just blown away by everything that I've seen here. It takes everything that From Software has either tried or really succeeded with from their previous games, and it seems like this is just like a wonderful amalgamation of that, plus dialed up to 11. The world here is just absolutely stunning. We've never seen verticality like this in one of their games. The traversal is wild. They're carrying over the stealth from Sekiro. You have this big, for the first time ever, you have a map that you can actually interact with. You can place beacons, you can place markers. They really want to. I guess I don't want to say. Yeah, I would say I'm going to go ahead and say they want to make this the most accessible game they've made. It seems like.
But accessible how? It's
I
still
think
gonna kick your ass. It looks like
it's still no doubt, man, no doubt. Like I said, watching this trailer, like you had like your classic Souls moments, like if for those that haven't seen it, like there's a sequence where you're walking through the dungeons, and this game supposedly has multiple dungeons. Look at the size of the world here. There's going to be so much variety, but the player goes through a blind corner and then he gets back by one of the enemies. And I'm like,
Yes.
That's classic Souls right there.
I feel like they did that on purpose in the testing video. Like, make sure you get backstabbed.
Yes, make sure you get backstabbed. They showed a chest. I was like, oh my god, is this going to be a mimic? Yeah, like I said, there's so many little nods here that they showed that just kind of towards their previous games. But like I said, there's such a great foundation that's in their games that, again, like I said, seeing this sort of level of expansion to it is just so exciting. So going back to my thing about accessibility, you said there's never been a map, an in-game map in any of their games. You basically just kind of learn where things are. You figure out your landmarks in your mind, and you just kind of you remember, because the areas are big, but because they're crafted so well, like I said, the landmarks are super easy to pick up on. So you never really do get lost, except for Blighttown. Fuck that. So yeah, like I said, that I think adds to the level of accessibility. But also, like I said, they've never done a world this big, so maybe that just made sense to include something like that.
Yeah.
When they showed the spirit summoning, I don't think I've seen, or correct me if I'm wrong, Mike. Like, I didn't play Bloodborne, but the amount of spirits that you could summon during that fight with just these regular enemies, it was pretty remarkable. It was like 7 or 8 that he summoned. So again, that seems like a pretty powerful ability there. Now, I don't know what sort of like sacrifice or like what the trade-off is for that. The game is usually very well balanced in terms of, like, you build a play style, or be it like a mage, be it swords, and so you usually dial into those skills. So you're either very, very good at one particular thing, or you can kind of jack of all trade it. But usually when you go like a spellcaster, again, you're kind of you're committed to that role, so you don't really get much flexibility outside of that. But I think they're gonna have all of these new gameplay mechanics that will make it more accessible. You're still, like you mentioned, you're still going to get your ass kicked every now and then. That's just the nature of the game. I'm hoping to get my ass kicked because it makes these fights all the more rewarding when you finally overcome them.
Yes,
look at this whole stealth thing. My man Kevin beat that store. This whole this stealth here is just so freaking cool. It reminds me of Sekiro so much. That was just a hugely satisfying thing about that game, because some of those enemies and encounters are astronomically challenging if you get spotted. Co-op here, I think what I heard was that it's going to be up to 3 players, with the fourth slot being reserved for a possibly invading player. So 3 players sounds like a lot of people, though. See, look at here. There's those 1, 2, 3,
It's
4,
5.
5 of them. So like, damn,
Oh, that's
the
what
little
you were
dude.
talking about.
damn.
Okay.
So like I said, I don't. Yeah, I think this will be good for newcomers, but
Oh,
again,
I'll be
it's
spamming the fuck out of those
you will.
things. Yeah,
You
for
will. You will. I could go on though. Like I said, I was floored by it. Yeah, man. I'm so excited for this game.
Got you.
I'm so excited for this.
That's good, man. That's good. I'm glad to hear that because you're kind of like echoing the same thing as, most actually all of the the Souls players. Even Elu here, he said earlier. What did he say? He said Elden Ring is my most anticipated game of next year, and I think many others are on that boat.
Yeah.
No doubt, man. Oh yeah. And from the accessibility thing we were talking about, he said accessible while still retaining the difficulty. So more quality of life assists and improvements. Yeah, that's definitely what it seems like for sure. Michael, what do you think in terms of, you think this is going to provide you with, is this going to scratch a different type of itch with your Souls,
I think so, Mo. And it really is just as different, I think, from a Dark Souls 1 perspective to a Bloodborne perspective, and then even to Sekiro. Like, I had feelings of wanting to be like, maybe I was looking at Sekiro a bit wrong when I played it. I'll go revisit it because I saw this footage, because of the sneaking and stuff, Jordan. I'm not going to lie, though. Let me just get this out there. The entire time I watched this video, I was like, Darksiders did it first. So where's all right, but anyways, okay, so with the map thing, being able to like draw on your own personal map, it really puts me in the sense, but at the same time, I'm afraid it's not going to reach completely in this sense, but it does put me in the sense where it's like, okay, I'm going on a fantastic adventure. I am going to be the knight. Here is my map. Okay, and then it's like, boom, open world, like, figure it out. I hope it's like that. So what I'm saying is I hope I get this sense of Metal Gear Solid 5, where it's like, how do I take this approach? What kind of enemies are down there? And what am I doing to tackle this area at least? At least in the open world. Or is it like, oh, you're just kind of coming up on that one part of the tree and there's always bad guys here and I just need to make sure I beat them up with whatever like thing. Oh, I got the bow last time. Like, okay, we were just going to run through it soul style or whatever. Like, because I see the outfits and I feel like they're not like helmet, shoulders, pants, like whatever shirt. I don't think it's like that. I think it's like, here's an armor set, here's another armor set, and here's another armor set. And they give you like Bloodborne, little simplistic. It's simplistic in stats, but it goes to with whatever build like style you want. Like, oh, I'm a rogue type. It won't be named, but it'll be like, I'm a rogue type. I'm back with like daggers and bow and arrows. So I'm wearing the rogue armor. Like, I hope it's not that simple.
Yeah.
But I do hope that there's some sort of complexity to it. Something like, I don't know, I hope the magic, maybe, for example, is like super in depth where it's like, yeah, you could be a warrior or a rogue, but you'll always have that one magic like key that you're always like hitting them with. Like everybody has, and it's just based on the player. I like the fire magic. I like the soul magic. I like the ice magic or whatever. You know what I mean? With them putting co-op in there, I'm not exactly sure if it's like Bloodborne where it's only a certain areas are co-op, or like, can you co-op instantly and then just kind of free roam and do whatever you want kind of together at least. Like, I'm not expecting full blown, like, hey, I'm in your world. I'm on one side of the map. You're on the other side of the map. We're doing different things. Like, I expect, like, if I travel too far away, like, I'll maybe teleport. And I would be okay with that. Like, back to you or back to the main host or whatever. And I would be okay with that. But I really do think, like, I'm getting super big Darksiders 2 vibes from this, where it's just a huge world. I would say that not only the enemies will be challenging, but I do hope there's puzzles, especially in those dungeons. I just kind of, I would like to see kind of where we're at in that open world scale. You know what I mean? Like, so it's open world with sub type dungeons and co-op. All that right there makes a mean recipe for Darksiders, but all of that right there hasn't really been done exactly. You know what I mean? And like, I would like to see more of that, you know, especially well done with the type of combat, because the From Software weapons, there's always a slew of them, and they always got different moves and different type of combos and
Look
stuff.
at their art style, man.
I
Look at
know. It's
castle
so
is
insane.
incredible.
So insane. Yes,
Yeah,
it
I
does
know.
gives you that. What'd you say earlier a second ago, Mo? Magical? What'd you say? That was exactly what it was. Is what you said. Magical, I think.
Is that what I said?
Something along those very
I
fantastic words.
fucking said that it
Yay.
feels like Lord of the Rings, and
Yes.
it has
Okay.
a very, very,
Okay.
Lord of the Rings aesthetic with the kind of the magic and the medieval and
Okay.
yeah. So I like it just for that, the horse riding and the giant tree storm fucking shit out there and. I think I'm hoping that this might get some more casuals in to try and play the game. The co-op's nice. I'm not gonna lie. So
Yeah.
if there's co-op and I can buddy up with somebody that can Sherpa my tender flesh
$5 an hour, Kevin.
You got this.
through
You got
this, there could be a viable business here. But people are so excited, and from a casual looking in, because I'm not a fan, I'm not a From Software slappy.
okay.
I can see why people are excited just based on what I've seen. Combat aside, it looks epic. It looks amazing. It looks well done, and this will be a day one for me, even though I'll probably fucking regret it. But
Yeah,
I'll
me and
do it
you
anyway.
both,
See,
yeah.
see, right there, that'd be the end of me. I would
Look at that right there.
shot. I would have ran away.
That's nothing. What about when he walks through the fucking door and some asshole's just hiding behind the wall and he just casually stabs him?
Yeah.
I mean, I know.
That's good for the soul, Mo. That's good for the
Right,
soul.
right.
Soul, bro.
Builds character.
It does.
Builds
Wait,
character.
this is cool.
Yeah.
Berserk inspired as well. Old
I
Miyazaki.
didn't pay
Yeah.
$70 to build my character. Entertain me.
Yeah, exactly. Games like this are like a continuous Monday morning 7 a.m. meeting you forgot about, just over and over again. When your alarm goes off and you're like, oh fuck yeah, that.
It's coming.
You know? Yeah.
Hold on. Where is it? God,
You guys,
is it here?
this is coming. It's coming here. It's coming here.
Oh, is it?
Some
Yeah,
guy
after
just
he-
gets.
after he kills
Oh,
that dude.
fuck this.
Look
Fuck
at that.
these
no,
games.
No. I was
here
talking to Jordan about this specific sequence
Right here.
last night, right? Because I was telling him, I'm like, look, man. I was like, I right here.
He said,
How is that?
Yeah, see?
In what
Nah,
world is
nah.
that enjoyable? He goes to me, he's like, no, because for next time, you'll
You'll
know
know.
that he's there. I'm like, yeah. I was like, but imagine if like your health is halfway full or whatever, you're fucking minding
Thanks,
your own
Marine.
business, moving on to the next
Thank
area,
you.
all of a sudden some asshole comes up from behind the wall to teach you a lesson.
Yep.
I get the premise behind it, and I get why people love it. You know, I'm not shitting on that at all.
Yep.
I'm just talking about like, oh my god, that's the shit that would drive me fucking crazy. But then look at this, look at this, man. Look at the visuals here. Look at the vistas. Like
That is
Kevin,
the-
we're gonna regret it, but we're gonna play it.
That is the
Yeah,
price of
you
admission,
know
my
it.
boys. If you want to experience all this, you got to be prepared to either get ambushed, crushed by a rolling boulder,
Yeah.
jump off a
Yeah.
cliff, and die, and lose all your shit. It will happen.
Paying for pain.
It's so
Yeah,
much
definitely.
fun. It's so much fun.
Angel's like, check those corners. Like, yeah,
Exactly what I said last night. To
there's
you.
yeah, you did. Yeah, that is what he said. He said, check the corners and hit every chest.
Yes, hit every chest.
Yeah, he's been priming me for it, so that's cool, man. That's awesome. Mike, you already gave your piece on it, or no? I can't even do.
oh
that.
yeah, for the
I
most
think
part.
Sarah
There
Cole's
are
already
some
had them.
things. There are some things though that I do see, and I'm like, that's just too souls like for me. Like the typical kind of semi uncanny execution where he hits him in the stomach and then he like hits him in the stomach again. I would go like, I feel like that kind of shit is recycled, and I'm just like, or all right, like, or it's just kind of like, oh yeah, don't forget we're the FromSoft developers, guys.
Right.
You know, like,
I know what
okay,
you
cool.
mean. I know what
You
you
know,
mean.
like there's some stuff, but the jumping is cool. That's different. I feel like the jumping in Sekiro for me, because I went in with a Souls mindset, I was like, what the fuck? I can jump? This is so,
Yeah.
this is a weird game to me, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and I was playing it like a Souls game, not like how it's supposed to be played. And that's another reason, obviously, why. Yeah, just some stuff where you're hacking and slashing on dudes with shields, and I'm just like, that's all you got to do is hit them twice, and they like That's it. There's no like tactical, like hit him with a strong attack or like go around him or like it's just hit him a few times. Like I feel like that'll get a little, I don't know.
I know some of those guys you can like they will block. Obviously, if they're like have the arm back to swing, they're vulnerable to attack right there. And you just like you can stun lock them and you can get them stuck so where they're just recoiling nonstop. But there's going to be a lot of freaking depth to
Yeah,
this.
I just like a parry mechanic is always an awesome feeling in a game.
For sure.
That riposte, whatever you want to call it. And then of
Yes.
course the visceration attack or the visceral attack or the back, what are they called? Like executions.
They did backstabs in like old school Dark Souls, and then
Like
the
riposte,
visceral
that's what they're
attack
called.
was in Bloodborne, right? That's what it's called.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to. But I feel like any game with a riposte mechanic or a parry mechanic is really good, especially in these type of hack and slash games. Even Darksiders 1 had a fucking parry system. Sorry, I just like look at this game and I'm like, God damn THQ, what are you doing? Look at this shit. But this looks ill-mannered, man. Like I'm so happy that
what a nightmare. Look at this. This guy reminds me of that giant fucking boss that they during Sekiro's first reveal. Remember that huge boss? The really, I don't know, man. I don't know the fucking lore. I don't know the lingo, the Souls lingo. I'm talking about that giant boss that's very, very acrobatic, and he just kicked your ass. And I'm probably describing every fucking Souls boss, but yeah,
yeah, right.
Look at this guy.
Don't say it, Elu. Don't say it, Elu. Don't say it. Don't say it, Elu.
Yeah, I know. I actually asked him yesterday too, Elu. I asked him if he was going to be
dragon hand when it grabs him. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is just ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, it kind of reminds you of this Assassin's Creed Born Distracted.
Kevin, what we'll do is if there's like a spectator mode, I would love to just spectate this.
Watch somebody play.
Yeah, it's kind of like when I go golfing with my friends. I'm fucking terrible at golf, right? But I pay really to spectate, right? So
I'm just here for the good time, yo.
I can barely fucking make contact with the ball, but I'll play like the first 9 holes, and then like the back 9. I'll just watch, right? And then they'll be like, "Hey, you want to play?" I go, "Nah, fuck that. I'm just gonna watch you guys." So I think if there's a way to do that, I'll definitely do that.
No.
Okay. So let's see.
And watching this trailer made me watch fucking Princess Mononoke because that little horse dude reminded me of Ashitaka's little dude. I was like, all right, I'm about it. It was cool, man. I like this a lot.
There's and now there's a Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne conversation in the chat. So
of course.
You can't answer that if you don't play Bloodborne, Jordan. You can't really get into that conversation. Sorry. Play it. I think you need to play it. Okay, boys. Of course, there's no week that passes without any mention of Halo Infinite, and it seems like that's how it's going to be. So the Battle Pass plans were revealed, obviously on IGN first. You can always go to that. They sat down with head of design Jerry Hook and lead progression designer Chris Blom, and they talked about, we've had some details about the Battle Pass from before, but they did give some key details about how it will work. First, it's going to be $10 for the Battle Pass, right? Mm-hmm. You can have one Battle Pass active at a time, meaning your chosen Battle Pass is the one where you gain experience. You can choose which Battle Pass is active whenever you want, so you can swap from one to the next. They will never expire, which is something that we've already known. This way, they said like they don't want people to burn out at the end of the season, and they want people to feel healthy and come back because they're excited, which we really I agree with. The Battle Pass from the test flights is not representative of what we've seen. Every quarter of the Battle Pass will have a legendary cosmetic in it. So per Battle Pass, you're going to get 4 legendary cosmetics, which is pretty cool.
And they never expire,
never expire.
Damn.
Event rewards are separate from the Battle Pass. Now the event rewards are like the fracture events, something like that, where it's like where it's timed for like a week or something, and then the reward from that is like the samurai armor, the Yoroi armor, it's called. So I think the first event is going to be fracture, and that's going to be a separate thing because dude, they're going to flood these.
Yo, whew, that's hype right there. Sorry. Sorry, that shit makes me feel like a kid, bro. That is awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. They're gonna flood it with just endless amounts of things
so
to keep us
fucking cool,
busy.
man.
And then they also said that the like the first season is called Heroes of Reach, so it's gonna be very it's obviously going to be reference to Reach itself, because they said you have books, and then there's Halo Reach, and then there's Shadows of Reach, which is a book I'm currently making my way through right now. This takes place after Halo 5, so it kind of connects the pieces in terms of like what Chief did after Halo 5, and up until, I don't want to say up right until the beginning of Infinite, because obviously we don't know how it's going to begin, but it's a good space, that it does fill. And AIs themselves, they said they struggled with dance moves for the Spartans. We feel that more traditional
Dance
players would
moves.
reject Master Chief flossing. So it seems like with the customization, they're going to be adding to the AIs themselves, right? That's where the goofiness is going to come from. And I think a lot of us appreciated what the AIs were trying to do, right? I love it, man. I between the weekly challenges and the event rewards themselves, and and they even tell you how to get the samurai armor, and I love the other thing I love too is, I'm gonna move over to you, Jordan, to see about the about what you think about this.
Yeah.
But one thing I love too is they said, like, we don't necessarily have to tie in these armors. Like, there was always an obsession with Halo to make everything be lore, right? How is this lore? Right? Like, I mean, especially when they first revealed the samurai armor, the Yoroi armor, people are like, how's this lore? There's no way this is lore. How are you telling me that a fucking Spartan in the 2500s or whatever is suddenly wearing, the armor from the 1900s or whatever it is, right? Like, so, or whatever, 1800s, 1700s, whatever fucking century it is. But the point I'm making is, they said that, like, we don't necessarily have to tie in lore to everything, right? And I feel like that's good for them to admit that, because it kind of breaks their shackles a little bit in terms of like how they're going to approach this, in the future, right? Like, I mean, if let's just say they make a Doomslayer, I don't think they're going to get insane, with the skins. Like, you're not going to fucking be seeing like Fortnite like skins,
That's
in
what you
it.
think.
They're gonna make. I really don't think so, man.
I hope not.
There's
I know
no way.
Gears has that kind of shit right now.
No, I don't think they're gonna do that. I think whatever they do will still fit, in it. But at the same time, like, I mean, it's kind of good for them to say that too, because you could tell they do want to, break out of their shell a little bit, and it's fun, man. The type of shit is cool, right? So, Jordan, what did you think of this whole thing with the battle pass and and the skins themselves and the events? Like, I mean, I don't know how much really there is to say other than what we have said,
Right.
but they continue just doing and saying the right things, man, and it's just gonna be fucking phenomenal, dude.
That's ultimately what it boils down to. Like, their goal for what they're trying to accomplish with this battle pass, it seems like, the more we hear about it, that it more or less is going to kind of hit, it seems like. They have all these, unique names for these limited time events or like recurring events, like the whole fracture thing. The intricacies of how it's all going to work are still to be determined, but I liked reading in that story how they said, like, if they have certain challenges that are either not completed or swapped out often, then they'll phase them out altogether, if it's not a very popular one, because they want to keep players, they want to encourage them to at least, in whatever thing they're progressing towards, they want to at least enjoy it or it to be feasible. But yeah, so their whole strategy with trickling in and keeping the content fresh is awesome. I like the idea. It makes a lot of sense for this to open up with the whole Heroes of Reach thing. You got Carter, June, Kate, George, and Emil. So you can freaking deck your Spartan out as any of those Noble Six. It's in it, yeah. But yeah, like you touched on, the whole not having to keep things canon is just like I said, it just affords creative freedom. So I hope
Right.
they do get a little bit silly with it. I don't
Yeah.
want them to get crazy. Obviously, that's what they like you mentioned. That's what the AI is for. That's supposed to kind of be the bringing up a whole bunch of levity to the combat and personality. But I want to see some crazy ass Spartan armor. We got
definitely.
we got flaming skulls. We had
like
inclement
neon
weather.
Jordan or what?
Not
Like how far?
neon,
Okay,
but
okay.
like animated stuff. Like from Reach, like I
Okay.
said, they had pestilence, which is like a cloud of like flies and like gas around your head. Then you have
Okay.
the lightning.
Oh.
Which is inclement weather. Like I want to see crazy little animated things like that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I did not know Halo was like that extravagant with their stuff
Reach had a wild customization scheme.
Okay, yeah, because like to me, when Halo Infinite started getting spoken about more, and I saw the samurai armor, I was like, "What? They do that? Like that's how?" I thought it was just kind of basic, like it's just some different variation of the
Sure.
Spartan armor. Here and there, you got your little like satchels or
Right.
whatever. But that's cool because I literally watched a video yesterday. They were like, "Remember Gears of War 1?" And then like what Gears of War 5 is now. They're like, "Woo!" Like
They
spray
got
paint.
neon all over their shit.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's funny.
in Halo 3, Mike, they had the infamous Hayabusa armor, where basically
Hayabusa.
you had like the Ryu Hayabusa headpiece, and then you had a katana on the back of your
The little
attack armor.
ninja, like,
Yeah.
whatever thing.
Everyone,
head thing.
everyone was rocking that thing when that came out.
Yo, that's sick. Okay,
yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot. Halo Infinite, the Battle Pass has got me pumped. I feel like I'm going to get addicted a little bit, Like, I'm saying that as a healthy individual. I think I'm going to get addicted a little bit to Halo.
Yes.
A little bit. And, some of me, though, I really hate the fact that where it's like, well, if you're not playing the game, you can still get whatever skin you want. And some of me, I'm like, oh, well, I like the exclusives. I like the exclusive
No, actually,
stuff.
you can't because there's also things that they tie in with the campaign too. So if you actually play through the campaign, you can earn things for the battle, or you can actually earn experience from what you do in the campaign towards it. And then like the Fracture event, Mike, you can't get the Yoroi armor if you don't partake in it.
Really?
Yeah. At least I don't think so.
Okay,
unless
I do like that.
I know Ains is in here. He might be able to correct me on this, but I'm pretty sure like
I think that's what it is. Like you said, the Fracture is going to be one of those, like what they said is a recurring event. So it'll be open for like a week or two, and you can progress towards it. And then once it's closed, you can't. It's not going to be gone, but it's just closed for a period of time where there's no more challenge.
They'll kind of recycle
So
it.
it goes back again.
I just say that because one, I like to like have the exclusive stuff because then it just shows me like, hey, I was playing during this time and now you can't. Also, I like it just as a business model because then it really like hammers in like, hey guys, you want to play this weekend because you want to get that dope armor. Whether you play it often or not as often, it's still something that says, hey, like if you don't play, this is what's going to get you back in, whether it's for a week or two, but we're going to try to get you back in. I just like that. It just shows like they're trying a little bit, I like it a lot.
Right. No, yeah, definitely, man. Kevin, you got anything to add for the battle pass? Is this?
I'm excited. I'm still
are.
excited about fucking being able to not have them expire on my lazy ass.
I know.
And
That's awesome,
that's
dude.
huge. And I like just being able to do it at your own pace. I think that's really going to be amazing for casuals. And people that just game jump and don't always play Halo. Because just to touch on it real quick, I have friends that are all like, fucking level 100 on COD in like 6 days, and they're like, oh, it's so easy to do, and it's like, well, maybe for you, man, like I don't just play, said games, so this is great, man, and I think it's gonna keep people coming back, knowing that they're not gonna have to fork over another $10 if they want some progression. So I'm hyped for it. If Master Chief flosses, I'm totally okay with it. I'd buy that emote right off the bat just to piss off Mo. Like maybe a tea bag and a floss at the same time, a flossing tea bag.
I actually have a video of Master. I bought the Master Chief skin in Fortnite.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've logged into Fortnite twice in the past like 4 years or 3. I'm sorry, in the last
Just
3
to
years.
play with it.
No,
Just buy
to buy
Kratos?
to buy Kratos and to buy Master Chief, and I uninstalled it both times right after. but I do have a video that I captured on my phone of Master Chief dancing. I think it's fucking hilarious.
Oh,
So,
God.
yeah, no, that's cool, man. I think we're all on the same page with that. Cannot wait to have December pass by in the periphery due to Halo. Yes, dude. I think we all are. And yeah, so pay attention to the Xbox show on the 15th. So yeah, I think that's gonna be a nice surprise for a lot of people.
What are we talking about, Mo?
It's the 20th year anniversary, man.
The 20th year anniversary, bro.
Just the 20th anniversary.
Absolutely nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not like,
Birthday.
I mean, yeah, it's just the 20th anniversary for Xbox, so it's not like, yeah. All right, look, man, I have to indulge Brizzle. Let's indulge Brizzle.
All right.
Oh wait, no, not this one. He said week in, week out, I mentioned Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes, and it gets no love. You know what, Brizzle? I don't know any fucking thing about Pokemon, and I'll admit to you, I've never cared for it. But we do have Jordan and Mike who are. So if you guys want to entertain Brizzle for a couple of minutes, please indulge him. Do you guys know anything about this?
Yo, so I had to just did a little bit of research literally just 2 seconds ago. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes come out November 19th.
Oh,
Word. Day one.
That might pull me away from Battlefield. I don't know, though.
You think so? Are you a gym master?
I'm an elite 4, Kevin. That's above Gym Masters.
I don't know what that means.
I don't even know what a Gym Master is.
I've only encountered gym masturbators in my time, so I don't know. I don't know what
Bro,
what that
in
means.
Pokemon Go, I own the block I live on, son. Those
my
kids
God.
those kids want to rock and roll on a gym. It's my gym.
Oh,
My Charizard, my Onyx. No, I'm just kidding. I wish. I was just throwing names out there because, I mean, who uses the Gen 1 Pokemon anymore?
Just to get it out there, yeah.
off.
Pokemon was my jam back in the day. I stopped at Gold and Silver, which was the second generation. And beyond that, I was just like, I didn't care for anybody. But Brad here, this man and his boys here, they are
okay, Brad.
hardcore Pokemon.
God bless you, Brad.
There's this thing called shiny hunting now, Mo.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's basically a reskin. It's like a variant skin
Super
Pokemon.
interesting.
Awesome.
Super.
It's a big fucking deal, man.
Oh my god, I can't wait, bro. I
You
can't
sound
wait
like
to
a
hear
total
more
piece
of
of shit right now.
No,
Thank you for at least
it.
pretending
Can't
to
wait
be
to hear
interested.
more of it.
November 19th, right?
No,
Is
what
that
you do is
said?
you just buy a bunch of Pokemon cards, like the packets, and you just open them up until you get that shiny,
awesome.
and then
So that's the whole point of it. Just waste
Yeah,
as much
This is
money
what
as you can.
Mo's wife
For sure,
listens
for
all
sure.
day.
Lottery.
Lottery.
Yeah, honey.
lottery.
It really is. Pokemon cards sound like a lottery. I mean, am I right?
It does really.
There you go, Brad.
Bristle's fucking message has been blocking my face now for like a minute and a half. Oh, fucking second-rate bullshit over here. Thank you. Jesus.
Mike, get rid of the Halo thing. Get rid
Yeah,
of the Halo background. Oh my god, man. Just put it fucking, make it full screen again. Oh, this is awesome. There we go. I'm sorry. This guy's
I should have
face
put up
was
some
blocked
Charizard or something.
Yeah,
my first
man,
holographic
that
was
is
Charizard.
awesome.
Jesus.
Mine was a Machamp. No shit though, guys. On Pokemon, it was one of the greatest things that I liked as a child, and I was really into it. And like, it just taught me how to love things that can't communicate with you, and they just say the same shit over and over. And I'm like,
So like Mo?
hey, as long
Is that
as
why you love Mo?
say it in a nice like Pikachu way, I'm like, I got you, bro. It's all in the jellies, you know what I'm saying?
This will come in handy when Mo loses all his verbal communication soon.
Yeah.
Very soon.
Yeah.
Very soon, man. Look for that. Yeah, look for that.
Mo. Oh, use tackle. Mo.
Mo. I am Mo. I am Mo.
I am Groot.
Oh, shit, that's awesome, man. What the hell?
God.
All right, well, we were going to add Call of Duty Vanguard, but yeah, Call of Duty Vanguard, I guess, released. So if you're interested in that,
There's another Call of Duty, guys. I know, mind blowing.
The footage looks good.
Another Call of Duty.
Get up in there, buy that battle pass. It's like
what's
Pokemon with guns.
Oh my god. Yeah, you can.
Pokemons with guns sounds pretty badass, Kevin.
It does.
Oh, unbelievable, man. Anyway, yeah, man. That's it, guys. That's all we got for today. Fucking hilarious show, man. We had a lot of people pop in. We appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much. It's been freaking fun. It's always fun. Definitely a decompressing session every Sunday night. So we appreciate you all. Thank you. Seriously, thank you. Housekeeping. I'll kick it off to Jordan. You got any housekeeping that you wanted to add?
Yeah, guys, another close to TBC here. Thank you all for tuning in. For those that are listening, thanks for choosing to listen to us. If you're enjoying the show, we'd appreciate if you leave us a like here on YouTube. Reach out to us on Twitter. Kevin's pretty active on there. You might see him in the spaces. So yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm up in the spaces. Yeah, I'm trying to cause some drama.
We out here.
Yo, the Twitter spaces are lit. Watch your back. Keep your head on a swivel when you're capping, and just be aware, yo. It's rough.
Watch
All
out.
right, head on a swivel. Sorry, Jordan. Go ahead. I just want people to be prepared.
Yeah, guys, please leave us some feedback if you like us, don't like us, somewhere in between. Let us know what you think. And if you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. And and also on our podcast services too. We're on Apple Podcasts.
Mm-hmm. Apple, Spotify, and Podbean.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna expand also. I'm probably gonna put it on Google or something too. So, oh yeah.
And if you guys want us to see anything specific from us, let us know. That's within the grounds of not being ridiculous.
Yeah.
Not really. If you do have something ridiculous, DM me.
Okay, sure.
And I'll be sure to do it. Yeah, it's not a problem.
Definitely.
Yeah, DMs are always open.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. Well, I hope everybody has a wonderful week ahead, and we will see you guys next Sunday night. So be easy, be good, peace out, enjoy your week, guys. Play Forza.
God bless.
God bless. Bye.